Things should get better as they grow old and they age, and the NBA is no different. The NBA has to go through many different evolutions as it's gone on. Three-point line being added in 1979, the hand check rule being taken out, and really the offensive player becoming more versatile, different positions, having different jobs. Today's NBA is more about score-first guards, two-way forwards. While back in the day, it was more about big men, and I'll be talking about different evolutions in today's NBA. The center position in the NBA is the position that's seen the most evolution. Back in the day, centers were the best players in the league and they dominated the NBA. Nowadays, centers that dominate the NBA do different things like pass, shoot threes. You see people like Jokic or Karl Anthony Towns that do different things that step out of the traditional boundaries of a center. Nowadays, it's more about guards and forwards, but back in the days, 60s, 70s, 80s, and even the 90s, you would see bigger players, centers, power forwards even dominate the NBA. Today's NBA is way different. What you see in today's new age center is a lot different than what you see back in the day. Like I said, centers back in the day were asked to beat people up down low, post up, protect the rim, and get rebounds. Today's centers, of course you have the centers like that, Drummond, Gobert, but the best of the best, Cousins, Jokic, Towns, and Embiid, they step out of the traditional boundaries of what a center was to be, 60s, 70s. See centers today like Jokic and Cat, pass the ball, shoot threes. Centers back then weren't expected or even allowed to do that because they were just asked to play the role of a center. But today's NBA, centers are a lot more versatile than they were ever before, and the position that has seen the most evolution out of all of the 5 positions. Similar to old school centers, old school point guards were just asked to do one thing. This was play make, facilitate, get other players open shots, get other people involved in the offense. Guys like Magic Johnson, widely known as one of the best passers. You could also argue John Stockton has most assists of all time. Isaiah Thomas, Jason Kidd. There was many point guards that were asked to do one thing. This was pass, facilitate for their teams. They weren't asked to be really score first like many of the point guards today, and they've seen a big evolution just like the centers have. Many new age NBA point guards are score first. Steph Curry, Kemba Walker, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving. Steph Curry is probably the biggest reason. He is the biggest reason for how much the three-point line has been revolutionized in today's NBA. Point guards today don't follow the rules of a traditional point guard, made to pass, get people involved. These 4 point guards, Kemba, Kyrie, Curry, and Dame, are all score first, all average 25 plus. Some of the best scorers in the NBA. And again, they don't follow what traditional point guards were. This is just another evolution. It's natural for positions to become more versatile, have different jobs as the position grows old, and this will happen with many different positions. There's no question if the NBA has evolved since the start, and that today's era is a lot different from back then. This raises the question if we should compare players from today to players back then, and I think you can, but I don't think you should take it too seriously. You should appreciate each era and each player on how they played in their time. But I think you could also compare players like LeBron and Jordan. And I think there was one rule, the hand check rule, that was taken out prior to the 2004-2005 season that definitely changed the scope of the NBA. hand check was in the NBA prior to the 2004-2005 season, and it was used so a defensive player can control an offensive player with their hand or with their arm and choose where they really want to go. If this was used in today's NBA, we automatically call this a foul, and many people believe this made the NBA soft. And another reason why you can't compare some scores of today to back then, and it leads people to believe that Jordan and Kobe would average 40 in today's league because the handshake isn't used anymore. Positionless basketball. Positionless basketball is a new concept to the NBA where just because you're big or just because you're small, that doesn't restrict you to one position. You got guys like Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Ben Simmons, near 7-foot guys who can pass, shoot, run the floor, play point guard, guard 1 through 5. You got guys like this who do anything on the court. If someone was 7 foot back in the day, they were down on the block, they were posting up, they were getting rebounds for their guard. And you even got guys like James Harden who are listed as a shooting guard, but your traditional shooting guard back in the day wasn't running the whole offense and didn't have the highest usage rate on the team. Someone like James Harden is a point guard, he's a shooting guard. This continues to play into the positionless basketball mindset. When looking deeper into the positionless basketball mindset, we can look at the versatility of positions nowadays and see how that leads up to positionless basketball. We can compare it to guys, Curry and Westbrook, who play the same position, but play very differently, have very different roles and jobs on their team. Curry's more of a scorer for the team. He's the most important part of the Warriors' offense. He spreads the floor. Russell Westbrook, more of a playmaker, passer, slasher. And we can see this versatility in many positions. We can look at Giannis and AD, how Giannis can play 1 through 5, and AD is going to be a power forward or center, even though they both are listed as power forwards. Look at guys like Cat and Drummond, same position again, but positions are a lot more versatile today than they ever were before. The three-point line is the most used, the most lethal weapon on the offensive side of the ball in today's NBA, and we can thank Steph Curry for revolutionizing it the way he did. As you can see, as the years go on, it's used more and more, and it was introduced in 1979. Some teams live and die by the three. The Houston Rockets can be an example of this. They're great when they're hot, but they're going to lose the game if they're not shooting well from three. They missed 27 straight threes last year in the playoffs, and it can help you or it could hurt you. The physicality of the NBA has definitely been taken down as years go on, as the decades go on, because different rules and regulations that are put in place to protect offensive players more and more. More and more fouls being called. Players cursing nowadays during an interview or during a press conference, talking to someone a certain way will be fined more than a player would back in the day for punching someone. People said the NBA has become more soft. People said it's for better protection and better safety, but it's yet another evolution. In conclusion, NBA has gone through many drastic changes, many rules and regulations being added and even taken out, like the handshake rule being taken out, three-point line being added, and some of the physicality definitely being taken out of the game. Positions becoming more versatile, having different jobs, not being so one-dimensional. And these evolutions are inevitable. They won't stop as we enter the 2020s. They will continue and makes the game more fun to watch and more fresh. Thank you guys for watching. More NBA content coming soon. Next video will be 3 teams who could turn their team into a dynasty after the NBA draft, and it'll be out soon. Subscribe if you want more, and if you love the NBA. Thank you.